Welcome back to the tutorial. This is Lisa Marie creating a glowing candle with the dark background. I left this area open and I'm filling that in now, and that's going to create that beautiful glow without messing up the aspect, because this is a really dark background, right? But if we put the dark background and try to make it glow, it's not going to work, not the way we want. So I am looking for that effect and enhancing the ambience and kind of the magical aspect of this painting and stuff. So I turned off the main light and I did a ring so that I can make that candle glow properly, and then having it against the back aspect of the backdrop. So I have my mixture over here. This has been a challenging painting for me, which is good. Sometimes we need to, challenge how we were going to do the actual painting itself, and that's why I like doing stuff that is a challenge, because sometimes we don't think that it's like, how do we make the candle look like it's flickering and glowing and stuff, and it makes you use your head. You have to be constantly thinking, okay, how do I make this do what I want? Because sometimes, you can put an accent color on something, I even had to change the background yesterday after I did my film on it, because this backdrop color is a really dark brown, and I initially had done, if you'd look at the first video, you'll see that I had done a really dark, a black, and it's not, it's a very dark brown. When you look at that, and that picture comes from Evolve. So, what has been your most challenging when you're doing paintings and stuff? Kind of curious. You can put stuff into the comments and everything. You know, when you go and do these types of paintings and stuff, you know, it's good to challenge yourself so that you can grow as an artist and say, okay, I was able to create this glow. You know, what else can I do? Because I can say that this has probably, you know, been a really big challenge. And then learning how to do stuff and how to do the process and how to create it. And sometimes you need that backdrop. So I painted that aspect of it, but you leave that open here to create that nice, beautiful glow. That creates an effective technique, even though it's, you know, nobody thinks it is about a technique, but it can be. You know, maybe you want fireflies in your actual painting. How do you do that? You know, how do you make it stand out? How do you make that the tail end of him glow in the dark, you know, and stuff and everything. And you leave that space open so that you can actually make this glow properly. I think it's a captivating and mesmerizing, you know, way of doing the painting. It's like, what captures you? I like stuff that glows. I like bioluminescence. You know, how do you make a wave bioluminate? You know, how do you do that? You know, you see it on beautiful anime now. They know how to create that look. You know, how do you do it with an oil painting? You know, these are little nuances, but it's there. Like, how do you do that? Because, man, when I first started doing art years ago and stuff, I didn't like the oil. I didn't like the smell. Didn't like the cost of oil. I thought it was ridiculous. Plus, you know, my parents weren't going to pay for oil paintings and stuff. We did gouache one time, and that was ridiculous. And I couldn't blend and do what I wanted with the gouache. But it was required. But creating this to be, gives it a really cool glow. When you position the candles too, you know, what do you want your focal point? Because these candles are a little bit more blurrier as you go back. So I was like, okay, I guess maybe what I would do is to go in here and kind of get everything done sharp and then kind of go back and do a light brushing over the top to create a visual effect that it's kind of blurry because they're not clear, but I'm not sure how that'll work. Or if I just let it be. You know, playing around with experimenting with different candles too would be good. You know, you can see different colors and how they attract, different, maybe you do a blue candle, a pink candle, what shadows will it throw off to the other candles in the background, you know what I mean? Versus these are the more of the Naples yellow, much warmer. Flames have got 3 different layers of color. A lot of people think it's just a white flame, but God, I got Oingo Boingo stuck in my head today. You ever get a song like that stuck in your cute little brain? And if you want to follow along, grab a small canvas and, you might learn something, get a new technique, or realize, hey, that's a good idea. That's what artists do. We help each other grow and change, and one thing about the art industry now is that you can pretty much learn anything online now compared to, artists not giving away their secrets and stuff. Because when I was growing up, you talk to an artist, they would not give you anything. Try and get another paintbrush. I guess one of the things too that's been a challenge for me, is it making you grow as a painter? Is it challenging enough one of my biggest situations is I have a tendency to get really bored. I've been a jeweler. I had my own jewelry store. I did all kinds of jewelry designs. I sold Native American art and jewelry in El Segundo, and I did all kinds of stuff. So as a painter, I do a series of things. It's because I have a tendency to kind of get bored with subjects. But the thing is unfortunately, I was told by a teacher the other day, it's what the public wants, not what you want. That was kind of weird to be told that. So when I heard that, I was like, that's sort of disappointing. I don't imagine some of the older painters back in the day, being told, hey, you have to do what the public wants. So that was kind of weird. So that's why I'm like, well, but if the public likes, something that I'm doing, I guess it depends on the public, because I know that not all my paintings are going to be liked by everybody. And you're looking for 100 or 200 super fans. Even though there's a lot of younger generation people who make a lot of money doing stuff, I don't know if they quite understand, the reasons why signed artwork is such a big deal, and why it's important. She got a huge generation of people that understand it, but they are, leaving the planet. Educating people on that part. It's definitely a challenge, that's for sure. Alright guys, I'm glad that you watched this video and creating some magical visuals today, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and for more tutorials and stuff, and getting creative inspiration. Let's light up the darkness together. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to get more tips and tutorials, and more will start to come, because this is a going to be continuing to do these types of tips and tricks, and and then maybe when I can get on there and start doing more lives, I can start asking you guys exactly what you want, you know, because I've been trained in a lot of different modalities. And so you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye.